Hi, I'm Christopher LaFont, and this is Movie Time with Chris, the channel devoted specifically to movies, movie trailer reactions, movie reviews, movie birthdays, and a few other special videos along the way. Now, if that sounds like something that interests you, if you like watching the trailer reactions or movie reviews before you go check it out at the theater, or if you just like movies, go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Today is Friday. So let's start celebrating. There's some birthdays going on today. So, celebrating 5th birthday this week, we have White House Down, directed by Roland Emmerich, who did Independence Day 1 and 2. He's going to be working on Independence Day 3. He did 2012, The Day After Tomorrow. So big end of the world movies. But this one wasn't end of the world. It stars Channing Tatum and Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is the president, and the White House ends up being attacked. And Channing Tatum is there. He's like a cop. He ends up, using his special set of skills to kind of save Jamie Foxx. And all in all, it probably could have been a good movie if we didn't see it 3 months before with Olympus Has Fallen. This kind of thing has happened before. There was a movie that came out with Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher called No Strings Attached. And then a few months later, they had one with Justin Timberlake and Mila Kunis called, I think it was Just Friends. Or Friends with Benefits. I'm sorry, Friends with Benefits. And, in that instance, it seemed like the second one did a little bit better. But here, I don't think it worked as well. A lot of people saw Olympus Has Fallen, and then to kind of go and see White House Down and see basically the exact same movie just with a different cast didn't do so well. They made a sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. White House Down is just down. So, but hey, if you enjoyed it, not to say it's not an enjoyable movie, it's just I saw the movie 3 months before, and yeah. Moving on. Celebrating 10th birthday this week, we have Wally and Wanted. I'm going to get back to Wally. We're going to start with Wanted here. Directed by, I'm going to mess this guy's name up, Timur Bekmambetov. I butchered it. I don't know. He was the director of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, and I enjoyed that movie. A different take on things. A lot of people didn't like it. It was based on a book, but it was enjoyable. And that's, what people want from the movies, is just to go in, kind of forget their troubles for 2 hours and enjoy what they're watching. And you could say that same thing here with Wanted, but Wanted was a hit. Angelina Jolie and James McAvoy. And James McAvoy just, he hates his life. Working a 9-to-5 cubicle job, and he finds out that his father was part of this secret society of assassins that get their hit list from sewings, I guess it is. Big machine, makes threads. And you know, they bring him in and they lie to him, this secret society, basically to have him kill his father because he's the only one that could get close to his father. They tell him his father was someone else and died, and he gets trained with all these great skills of killing and healing himself. And then he finds out the truth. And he kills everyone. It is just fun, fun, fun to watch. And, you know, the stuff that happens is just absolutely ridiculous and crazy, but I think that's what makes it so enjoyable. So, if you haven't seen this one, definitely check it out. Now, moving to Wally. What an amazing movie. It was directed by Andrew Stanton, who did Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, you know, classics basically. And this movie, so unique, about a robot whose job was to basically compact the trash of Earth and just kind of stack it somewhere, kind of organize it. All humans have left Earth because there's too much trash. So they're away in space until basically these robots were able to clean up the planet enough for the humans to come back. Because the air is bad, you can't grow anything. Well, Wally's the only one left of his kind. And he's still working, trudging along. There's no talking in this movie for like the first 45 minutes. It's great. And, you know, a probe comes down to Earth to see if it's habitable. And Wally ends up, I guess you could say, falling for the probe. And her name is Eva. And ultimately she discovers that, you know, plant life is growing, life is habitable here, so she ends up taking off basically and going back to the humans to report that everything's fine. Well, Wally tags along because, again, he fell for her. What I really enjoy about this movie is that it shows what, I can't say the world, but what America is becoming. You get to this ship, and it's like a cruise ship in space, and all the humans have, over time, just gotten morbidly obese, and they don't walk. They have these hover chairs that they go around on with a screen right in front of them so they don't have to interact with anyone. It's kind of the way people are now, just, you know, with their phone in front of their face and they don't have to interact with people. That's, I think, the key point to the movie, aside from it just being entertaining, that they were trying to get across. That, hey, we overdo it as Americans. You know, all the trash that was here on Earth, that's just people needlessly buying, and we need to clean up our act. Good point to the story, good moral, great movie. You need to check it out. Moving on to 15 years ago, 2003, we had Charlie's Angels Full Throttle. This is the sequel to Charlie's Angels that came out in 2000. And, you know, it stars Lucy Liu, Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore. It was directed by McG, who did This Means War, Terminator Salvation. So, enjoyable movies with some action. And this one, I feel, was just no different from the first one. I mean, you can interchange the two movies and get scenes mixed up because you basically saw almost the same thing. I must say it was enjoyable to see Marty McFly, back and in this one and still doing something other than being Marty McFly. But otherwise, I feel they could have just done the first one and that was it, but Hollywood. If it makes money, they want to keep going with it. Obviously, they learned there wasn't a third one. It didn't keep going. It just kind of stopped. But, I mean, if you enjoyed the movie, let me know in the comment section. Maybe I got it wrong. But, who knows? Going to 20 years ago, 1998, we had Dr. Dolittle, starring Eddie Murphy, directed by Betty Thomas, who did 28 Days with Sandra Bullock, and Viggo Mortensen, funny movie, and did Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel, which did really well. I remember that December was just a crazy December across movie theaters with Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Squeakquel, Sherlock Holmes, the first one, and Avatar. Yeah. But, getting back to Dr. Dolittle. It is a remake. The original was, I think, in the 70s, 74, possibly. And it's about a vet who all of a sudden is able to talk to animals and understand animals as they talk to him, which helps him greatly in being able to, cure these animals and help them. And Eddie Murphy is just the comedic genius with all of his other works. And, these movies were a success. They made Dr. Dolittle, they made a second one, they made a third one. Now they're going to be remaking the Dr. Dolittle story. They're not bringing Eddie Murphy in. Dr. Dolittle is now going to be played by Robert Downey Jr. But it would be nice to get Eddie Murphy in there as a cameo, maybe doing a voice for one of the animals. That would be fun and kind of tie him back in with it. But who knows? Maybe Hollywood's not that creative. Hopefully they are. But hey, let me know what you thought about these movies in the comment section below. If you enjoyed them, if you didn't enjoy them, let's just get a conversation going. Also, you guys can find me on Instagram, Movie Time with Chris. Basically, it's just me letting you know what videos I have coming up, things that I'm working on, videos that I have out. So you guys can kind of take that as like a trailer, get a glimpse of things before you come to the channel. And when you come to the channel, you can go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But hey, if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. Again, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, get a good laugh out of it. And if you guys have any questions, if there's a topic you want to hear about, a video you want to see, go ahead and email me at movietimewithchris@gmail.com. I'm going to check that email regularly. Excuse me. I will not miss your message. And you never know, your topic or your question may pop up in a future video. So you have nothing to lose. But hey, till next time, take care.